My friend Lindsay talked about this the other day about why is it that healing and trauma and like all of these things seem to be like an aesthetic. Now, do not get me wrong. When you start to change and when you start to look at your habits, your behaviors, all the things, right? Your life starts to change. It starts to look different. But I'm talking about that this perfectly curated videos that they're like, this is what healing looks like. And she kind of gave the example of like, and I know the creator without her having to tag. I know exactly who it is. This matcha in the morning, and then they're sitting in meditation outside, and then there's cold plunging, and then there's feet on the earth every time. And again, nothing wrong with all of those. Agree with all of them there. And I can give you tons of benefits, not just for the physical element, but also for the emotional and energetic element of grounding, ice baths, meditation, yoga, eating whole foods, matcha versus coffee. I can tell you it all. It's the healing looks like this that is the issue, which I think makes people think that they're always trying to heal or that they're always trying to catch up. And I am here to tell you that if you are being curious about what's going on in your brain, about your habits and behaviors and where you came from and why you do what you do, you're fucking healing. People say this all the time, but one, healing is not linear. It does not look like that. Like all of a sudden every morning you get up and you meditate every day. You guys, it took me, 7 years to get into a meditation practice. It took me 7 years to get to the point where I could sit every day for 5 minutes. That's a long fucking time. It took me years of practicing yoga to finally decide to do a yoga teacher training. It took me years of seeing the generational habits and behaviors. And then me making the change took years of inconsistent stumble over myself, fall over the speed bumps in order for me to make change. And I think this is why people come to me, because the practicality, the realism of how I teach and how I help my clients is very, very different than how a lot of these other coaches help. Because I see that it's not linear, and I see ways in which we can like pull things back, bring things forward in order to make it a little bit more accessible for you and feel. That's the thing. This is the key. Here it is. It's redeveloping the trust and the loyalty to your soul, to yourself, that is healing. It is not fucking shaking and doing ayahuasca in the jungle and walking barefoot all the time and drinking all the herbs. Again, those things are great, but that's not what healing is. Healing isn't, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just a coming home to yourself. It's a rediscovering of yourself. So don't get it wrong if yours doesn't look like everybody else, because it's not meant to. You are not anybody else. If you need support, a cheerleader, somebody to help you and guide you, DM me. That's what I do.